Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Deadly Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. Joining me today are my lovely Patreons who support the channel, keep the lights on, and let me do these crazy, wonderful, and amazing games for you guys at home. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
All right, so good to see you all, and I am so eager for today's game. So let's kick on, starting, of course, with our lovely sponsors who keep the lights on. What, Neil?
No, I'm just like, oh yeah, because I saw what was on the screen and remembered.
Very well.
That's it.
Sorry. Last time.
Oh.
Your opinions are very loud, Neil. That's all it is. We love you, and we want you to stay here. But shut the fuck up so I can get through my intro. We have a couple of sponsors here that will help us kick into today's game. We have Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, which you can see behind me, of which we have tokens, which are made using Hero Forge for amazing art and models and stuff like that. Then Sirenscape allows us to do all these cool and crazy sound effects so that my players can remain immersed in the game while we are playing and can enjoy all the cool stuff that comes by it. We, of course, also have to thank my lovely Patreons, because without them, there would be no game. They are, of course, the vehicle in which we drive our story. Each of these characters bringing new angles, new stories, and new pathways for our heroes to enjoy. Now, I do have to say this real quick, because some of you may know I have very recently started playing on a table at startplaying.games, which, by the way, if you are looking for a table to get into some games and do some stuff and are willing to pay a DM to run games for you, I highly recommend startplaying.games. It's a fantastic way to connect to professional game masters all around the world. Now, I will say this, it is very tricky to find a good one in terms of, like, you need to do your proper processing, vetting them, reading reviews, all of that stuff, and even then, you'll never really know what you're going to get. I wanted to bring this up because I'm currently in a modular adventure on a table with a very, very talented game master. He's a lot of fun. He's very, very interesting, very dynamic, and you can definitely tell the weight of the experiences that he's had for having played for as long as he did. But he showed me something that I think I appreciate about my games that I didn't realize a lot of people do when it comes to other things. And that is, when I play a modular adventure, it is a scaffold, and for the most part, there is nothing in the game that I will not break, twist, or bend in order to make shit happen. Like, I don't feel like, and I want to ask my players here, do you ever feel like there's any point where you can't do something, or you're unable to, or something you've done, it just hits a wall and you can't really interact with something? Have any of you guys kind of felt that way with...
Only when Matt is too dumb to think of the next step.
Sure. As in, like, less about not being able to come up with something and more like, we want to go to the Scarnetti house and we want to go punch Con Scarnetti in the face. Now, obviously, that's not in the fucking book, right? Nor is the dragon egg that he stole from the giant dragon turtle and stuff like that. You know, millions of other things and stuff. But everything you can interact with, you can do stuff. And if you attempt to do stuff, outside of me going, you sure you want to do that? You can more or less do things. But I realize that there are plenty of GMs who run modular adventures that are basically writing the script. You know, these are the things that happen, and these are the things that succeed, and these are the things that fail for the story to be complete. I don't fault this type of DMing, and I'm not saying that that's necessarily what my DM is doing. But it made me realize a couple of times where you know, like, I think there was a social encounter and there was this moment of, like, you can't change this guy's mind. That made me think, I can't change this guy's mind? Like, nothing I could say, nothing I could do, nothing I could lie about or twist can change this guy's opinion about something. Made me think to myself, well, that's fine. But, you know, like, I appreciate more and more how these games not only are fun because, you know, Pies has come up with some great stories, but just how much of my games you guys are responsible for. Not just in, that you guys are responsible for this, but like, you guys actually do make these games come to life with your characters and with your personalities. The whole Father Xantus being framed for murder, Sindariel rising to the position of being a spiritual leader in town, Westenson's struggle with alcoholism, and eventually his kind of secondment away in order to try and learn alchemy and stuff. Sato and his massive journey to come and help rebuild and reestablish Shalalu's, sort of holdings here in the town of Sandpoint. Blix's rise up from the pit in order to try and have goblins become a part of Sandpoint. And of course, Nevander's dealings with his clone wives and his very strong prejudice towards goblins due to the fact that they're the ones who injured his wife and stuff. These elements of the story are never going to be a part of the main adventure when you buy the book. But if you ignore those things, if you don't add those things to the adventure, I feel like you miss out on so very much. So I want to take this moment to not only celebrate my players for being the people to, put money in my wallet, but also for the people who actually are very heavily responsible for the quality of the games that you guys get to enjoy. You guys enjoyed the sessions that I run. It's not just what I do. It's not the voices. It's not just the story that I'm telling, because the stories are written by Paizo. I do the voice acting, sure, and all that. But it is my players, their imaginations, and their stories which have captured your hearts and minds. So I do want to take a moment to celebrate that and thank each of my players for everything they've done in the 86 episodes we have been running for this campaign. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope you guys appreciate it. All right, we're going to see you guys later. Okay, bye. No. That's it. That's all I have to say. Every time I say something good, I have to end the stream. But yes, there we go. So to tell you about these characters, we have Sindariel, who, of course, as I mentioned before, is slowly becoming a spiritual leader within the town. A orphan from one of the great fires that happened during the time of troubles. Sindariel grew up in the orphanage and was guided towards the path of the Church of Sarenrae, was risen to believe in the ways of Sarenrae, and eventually became a full-blown cleric, embarking on this adventure with everyone in order to protect her town, but also those who helped guide her, including Father Xantus, who is the one who is more or less the quest giver here, trying to put to rest the uneasy spirit of Nualia, a former townsperson, become enemy of the town, who was then killed by heroes long ago. Sindariel is played by our dear friend Schooley, who you can see there. Hi, Schooley.
Hello.
And yeah, we get to see how much further this character was going to go in order to be a part of this town. Now, in addition, they are also being hunted by the Sandpoint Devil, who was killed and then resurrected as the Spectral Devil. So fun times on that. Then we have Westenson, who was a former guard from the town of Magnamar, who, again, with several struggles with alcoholism after they were let go for dereliction of duties, something which he very recently learned he was responsible for when he went back in time in order to perform a variety of different actions and unintentionally got in his own way. Realizing that he was the one responsible for this, he sequestered himself in a small shed and began to throw himself into his innovations and work, talking with no one except for a imaginary cockroach named, what was the cockroach's name again? It was...
Jeremy?
Jeremy. It was Jeremy the cockroach. Emerging from his research, he has now armed himself with a variety of new tools and tinkering bits in order to help our heroes once more, realizing that that wallowing in his invention and throwing it into there will only get him so far. He needs to reconnect with the world, and has done so through his friends, who have always invited him along and made him feel like a part of the group. This is played by our dear friend John, aka Alvarian.
Hello.
Hello. Everyone's getting a big intro today, by the way. I just want to point out, because
The entire session.
yeah,
Just-
basically, the whole session is just intro.
2 hours of intro.
Oh yes, that's right. Sindariel also has an arson demon trying to burn her soul, but we don't need to worry about that yet.
Just
That
gotta
just
loop back
shows
to every
up from
player.
time to time. Next, of course, as mentioned before, we have Sato, who is a relative of Amiko Kaijutsu, who was formerly the owner of the Rusty Dragon Inn, as well as the Glassworks. And Sato has, as a family member, has come to the town in order to try and bring everything back into the fold. Knowing very little about Glassworks, he made an alliance with the town's local fortune dragon, who actually has a great debt owed to her by Sato's family. She is teaching Sato the mysterious arts of glass crafting and has been quite the taskmaster. And Sato has been using the adventure to try and sneak away from training in order to help our heroes and find the people who had initially saved Sato on his journey to Sandpoint, who include Adamar Scarnetti, who the group is currently doing stuff with at the moment, as well as a good series of other folk as well. And this is played by our friend Cookiemon Steve.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. You're a little bit soft there, by the way.
Oh, sorry, I can kick that.
Yep, perfect. Thank
How's
you.
that?
Perfect. Thank you. Next up, we have, hailing from the pit, as I mentioned, a goblin who desired to see the sky and found a group of adventurers who are heading to the town of Sandpoint, learned of a new commune of goblins who are slowly making their presence within Sandpoint known, and has decided to join said commune, but has learned very, very much about the prejudice that the town has about goblins due to the raids that have happened, the near destruction of the town at their hands. And Blix is working hard with the townsfolk in order to cement himself as one of the heroes of Sandpoint. Recognizing that one of the allies that he has does have a strong bias, he is doing his best to also prove to that person that a goblin can do anything a human can do. This is played by our dear friend Neil from Immersion Diversion.
Hello.
Hello! And, of course, last but not least, Navander, our human ranger who has lived in the town of Sandpoint for many years after the dissolving of the Sable Company Marines in the town of Magnamar. He met his beloved Shalelu here, and they were married and spent a good portion of their life together, including, of course, their time separated when Shalelu went to Tianxia in order to help Amiko with their... with the issues that arose from the Jade region. But once returned, they lived a happy life here in the town of Sandpoint. That was, of course, until Shalelu suffered an accident in the pit, having been captured by an old enemy named Berthasmus the Bugbear. After being injured very, very gravely, she was sent to go and recover with her father, but that was when it was discovered that the pit held many secrets, and it was not Shalelu who was injured, but a clone that was made by the evil Darrow that dwell within the pit. They had cloned Shalelu and, of course, given it to Berthasmus, but the original, the true Shalelu, still remained captured. Navander launched a campaign single-handedly into the pit and rescued his wife, but now had the dilemma of dealing with the clone as well as his original wife's thoughts and feelings on everything that had transpired. These issues were, of course, amounted to them separating for the time being, but, you know, the heroism waits for no one. So Navander has been busying himself with his work in the pit, as well as adopting his newest role, which is, of course, as the captain of the Sable Company Marine Sandpoint chapter, as bestowed upon him by Ollivander, the new Sable Company commander. So yeah, there you go. That's
a lot of things for Navander.
it's a lot of things for Navander. It's a
Yeah.
lot of things for Navander. And
Also,
there you go.
hello.
That's our players. Also, welcome into Core Shift and his community as well. Thank you so much for the raid. If you haven't had a chance to, go check out Core Shift. He's a variety streamer, very, very fun dude, and yeah, plays lots of games and has a very, very chill vibe. So go check them out. Cool. Oh man, we haven't even done donations yet. Jesus. Donations. There they are. Enjoy. No, we have of course a bunch of ways for you guys in our audience to interact with the game while we play, because we love playing with you guys and having a bit of fun. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points. Channel points can be used at any point in time to influence the game. Insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, all these kind of things. All of them are variable at the touch of a button. We do have a insight check from someone. You guys have that.
It was
Just use it.
Balchara.
Yeah, Malakara donated it. Thank you so much, Malakara. Greatly appreciated. But I'm going to give that to you guys. You guys just tell me when you want to use that insight bonus. I'm not going to hang on to it because I can't remember what you need to know. But then, of course, for those of you who have some monetary donations that you would like to do and help us get through the month of the DAG Survival Check, which you can see below, we are at 26%, which is amazing. We have, of course, these donations which have a more tangible effect on the game while we play. For $5, you can award a hero point or jinx point to a player of your choice or to me. Hero points can be used by my players to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, and roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, and complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from a deck of plot twists which have a bunch of narrative prompts. We will use said narrative prompts in order to influence the game. We then also have a Harrow draw, which is, of course, a draw from the infamous Harrow deck, where we will draw out a fortune card, read out its fortune, and our players will be able to use that card as a magical tool in order to change the results of a game or a check in order to reflect the prophecy that they find. If they get told that they unlock secret knowledge, they don't need to make a check. They can go, give us secret knowledge, GM, and use the card for that. So that is what the Harrow cards will be used for. For $20, you can give someone the coveted natural 20, because sometimes shit just needs to work, and a nat 20 is how we do it. $50, we have either a boss buff, where we increase the difficulty of a challenge the group is facing, making it harder, faster, stronger, change the terrain, change the parameters of victory, or just throwing extra complications in, like a group of circus jugglers who are juggling knives for some reason nearby. We then also have our $50 donation for the magic item, where you can give a player of your choice a magic item which does not count towards the total wealth gain. It is either a custom homebrew item you design and give to them, or you can give them something from their wish list, and it'll provide them that as well. Lastly, we have our $100 secret menu item, which of course is going to go to our dear friend Navander. Navander, it has been quite some time since we've seen Maizu. Maizu has been sidelined quite a bit because you are playing a lot of stuff in Underground and the like. So I'm going to give you another ability with Maizu, and that is the ability to merge with Maizu's spirit. For the $100 secret menu item, we will provide you with the ability to grow wings as Maizu, as well as talons for an attack, and Maizu will be able to be reproduced from your personage after you have soul bonded with them. In addition, when you make attacks and the like, if you strike a winged creature, you can force a winged creature to the ground with your arrows when you hit them. This will then bind them to the earth for a short period of time, and yeah, that's going to be our champions bond is what we're going to call this, as Maizu becomes more of a part of Navander than they were before.
Amazing.
Yes, there you go. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I believe we are ready to go. So, without any further ado, I didn't miss any donations, did I? No, just a raid. Alright, sweet. In which case, guys, let us return. Back to the pit. Our heroes had been diving deeper and deeper into the pit in search of the 7 dooms for Sandpoint. Having defeated a great many of them now, they have managed to defeat, off the top of my head, 4 of them. But now the final piece of the puzzle surrounding the chopper, the infamous serial killer, and its ghost, which had been attacking the town, has finally landed in place. You see, long ago, the chopper had gone on a killing spree, a very humble and simple individual who only wanted to carve birds. But eventually, the Pazuzu, the god of corruption, defiling innocent souls, and of course, blood and murder and stuff, managed to corrupt Jervis Stute, turning him into the Chopper. When he was inevitably killed by the sheriff, Baylor Hemlock, his ghost remained restless, and then one day his axe, taken from his home, was bestowed upon Karn Scarnetti, a town's nobleman, who was then corrupted by the ghost, and both he and the ghost itself began to reopen or rebegin their deadly work. Although Karn was separated from the axe and the axe exorcised, one truth remained unclear. Where did Karn Scarnetti get the axe of the Chopper? However, in front of you now, his cousin, Adamar Scarnetti, supposedly a nice guy, supposedly someone who had brought about, for the interest of the town, the idea that another group of adventurers should be exploring the pit and helping out with all of the dooms that our group is facing. A person who our allies thought was perhaps the first Scarnetti to perhaps be a damn right good guy. Well, turns out it was he who had decided to steal the axe, give it to his cousin, corrupt his soul, and set about the murders. It was Westinson who had uncovered the duplicity of this man amidst conversation. And here in the pit, our heroes confront Adamar about what had happened. Now, we did go into battle somewhat at the end of the session, but I want to invite us to go back a little bit before then, just so that we can have a proper conversation and not a rushed one, if that's all right with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Now, in addition, we also have an amazing $80 donation from our friend Cookie Monsteve, who has been so kind as to bestow a hero point to the members of our group. Now, of course, that will include Sato as well, because we do have a rule towards donating for yourself. However, donations that are such as so generous and so large, I am going to, as a service, provide a bonus as well to Sato as well, because I feel like it's deserved, because generosity is not only for me and my survival and my well-being, but also for the well-being of the table. That is the kind of actions, that is the kind of behavior I want to reward each and every time. So thank you, Cookie. Please enjoy your natural 20, and everyone
Thank you,
enjoy
Steve.
yours as well.
Hey.
And the reason why it happens as well is because it's not expected, and I want to point that out. It is never expected,
Yeah.
but it is appreciated, which is
I was
why.
hoping for a hero point.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I read Matt's message. That's funny. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay, so we are in the pit, and you now look at Adamar. Let us switch to, where is it? Here we go. There we go. Adamar Scarnetti.
Look at that face. How could he have betrayed us?
I know. All right. So, Westinson, you had just confronted Adamar about a number of different things. And I think the thing he let on was that he knew that Karn had the axe of the Chopper, which no,
he knew about the Pazuzu.
Oh, the Pazuzu altar. That's right. He knew about the Pazuzu altar. And if no one had gone into the Chopper's home, no one would know about the Pazuzu altar. So, we're going to go from here. Adamar looks at you, Westinson. Of course I knew about the altar. Everyone's been talking about it. You know, why Jervis flipped his lid. If it wasn't a demon, it was going to be something like that. It was just an educated guess.
Educated guess. Really?
He flashes you a very suspicious grin.
So, you're expecting me to believe that from pure rumor that you happened upon the chopper's abode and then spent time out of idle curiosity to find the altar to Pazuzu. And it just so happens at that time, the axe shows back up. And you were blaming this on mere coincidence.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, well, because you didn't say it. It is a ludicrous assumption that this was all happenstance.
He says, so what? You would accuse me of conspiracy against my own family?
Yes.
It's a bold accusation. And what proof do you actually have of this? I mean, as far as anyone knows, Adamar Scarnetti came down to do the hero's work. Then, in a fit of jealous rage, they decided there needs to be only one group of heroes down in the pit.
Very interesting debate.
I'm sorry, Dak. Just so I get the timeline right as well, right? Was the priest of Abadar slain whilst this guy was in the pit, or whilst he was out of the pit?
He was supposedly in the pit.
Okay, never mind then. Carry on.
You can bring it up though.
Yeah.
He's wielding a sword as well, isn't he?
He is.
There's been a lot of chaos and disorder taking place in Sandpoint. And if you know about the altar, what makes it's a logical step to think that you are in fact a cultist of this demon. Do you have any evidence to prove otherwise?
Do you?
Yes, your knowledge of the ritual place, knowledge of the altar.
It feels like knowledge of an altar makes you more likely to be a cultist than proof that you're not. You're far closer to being a cultist than I am.
I am a cultist for only a very specific person, and that's my wife. Anyway, that's a compensation for later. In any case, do you have any evidence to prove that you are not an individual, that you are not a cultist of...
He's asked you the same thing, and you realize in that instant, asking someone to prove that they're not something is actually almost impossible. Like, it's like, even if he did present to you, say, a holy symbol of a god, that does not mean he's not a cultist. He shows you his body has no tattoos and no markings. Again, that doesn't prove that he's not a cultist. What you're asking for is there's a word for it in law, in terms of like
You can't prove a negative.
correct. Yeah, you can't prove a
okay.
negative.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he asked you, well, can you prove that you're not a cultist? And you've just said, oh, yeah,
okay,
I'm
very
not
well.
a cultist.
Gotcha,
Yeah, the only
gotcha.
person I'm a cultist is for my wife. It's like, well, that doesn't prove you're not a cultist either.
Very well. If that's the case, we can always bring the Hell Knights in, get them to investigate. They have various ways and methods to investigate. Most of them quite painful.
That is true. That is very true. I mean, I think that's a great idea. You should definitely do that.
Lex is visibly confused. He's just like, we came to save this guy,
Sorry.
and now we're blaming him that he's a cultist, and
Yeah.
then he's saying he's not,
Uh,
and I don't
and-
know what to believe. And he's just like,
And-
I think
And Sato's putting his hand on his shoulder, going, "It's confusing. Don't let him out of the room. That's right now. That's our job."
I think with that, I think the only thing Blix could think of to prove it, of anything that anyone is saying, is just he blurts out, "Check his pockets!"
Full.
That's all he blurts, because he's still just confused. But yeah, Blix is basically saying to like check his pockets for proof, see if he's got anything on him.
Oh yes, you know what? Wait, here's my cultism, membership card to the cult of Pazuzu. I've got it right here. There you go. It's a VIP
It's a
membership,
proof.
actually. You know.
It's a proof. Get him.
It's inflatable.
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe the Hell Knights that have recently shown up in town have mechanisms to discern lies and truth, do they not?
They do. You do notice something odd about Adamar. When you guys mentioned, like, oh, we could let the Hell Knights deal with it, he actually grew in confidence. And when he's saying, yeah, let's get the Hell Knights involved, it seems very much like what he'd prefer.
I mean, we technically could use that insight we got on his grin
Sure.
when he did that side grin.
Absolutely. Now, the Grin. Insight bonuses. Do you want to use it? Yes or no? Group consensus?
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
The Scarnetti are a very well-connected and wealthy family. They have had dealings with organizations such as the Hell Knights in the past. Much like the negatives don't really add up, he is confident to be able to get through this because the Hell Knights will not employ their harsher tactics on people who have such a strong financial foothold in a place like this. What they would effectively be doing is they would potentially also be severing their resources should the Scarnetti turn on them. So it's not that they wouldn't try and do justice, but they couldn't uphold it the way that they would in other places. This would be something that they would have to do subtly, but the clear presence that they have in Sandpoint makes that nearly impossible. Now, Adamar knows this for sure. Basically, right now, he's considered a hero of Sandpoint. The Hell Knights show up, capture a hero of Sandpoint, interrogate him. He's also a Scarnetti. Karn and his family just dealt with the loss of Titus. Karn will come hard and turn the town against the Hell Knights very, very quickly. And unless they can prove anything, it would just turn into a bloodbath in Sandpoint. And he knows that that's not what you want either.
There was also the fact that he left his friends that he was in the party with from before that Sato's looking for. He left his friends.
That's very true. It's if you find those individuals, they could maybe even attest to Adamar's presence and whereabouts and things from being in the pit as well. Adamar himself, however, he is a very shrewd individual.
I mean, Sato's going to go. Adamar, how about you show us where you last saw the rest?
He says he wished to rescue the others. I wouldn't bother. They are all probably dead. Last I saw, what was his name?
Churtus.
Churtus, yes. He was becoming a plaything for that fungal creature in the room over that side.
What do we know about?
As for the others, as soon as the serpent folk arrived, they turned tail and fled onto the deeper level.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we go look for them? They're your friends.
I'm a more self-interested party. As much as I would love to traipse around with people who have been suspecting me of, you know, betraying my family and murdering people, I think I'll just make my way back to town. Unless you have something else you wish to accuse me of with no evidence.
I thought you might like to help find your friends and show you are a true hero of Sandpoint.
Ooh.
Make a diplomacy check.
Sure. Yeah. 22.
Jeez.
He says, "No, I don't think I want that, but if you are looking for the heroic type, he says, what was her name? Her name was Robert Paulson. No, her name was here. Arika Averton. She was the sorceress in their group. He says Arika wanted to be a hero. She tried to play hero. She is to the north somewhere. All we remember is hearing the sounds for being dragged away.
Did you see what was dragging her?
No, the darkness took her. Sato, make a perception check.
Sure. Oops. Let's get on the right tab for that. Oh, not very perceptive.
You are not entirely sure if they're telling the truth or if they're lying, but they don't have any more information to give you.
Sato's going to look to Westonson and Evander to see if there's what they want to do.
And the reason why you were with the serpent truck?
Well, they pulled me out of the problems. They you know, as the group was being attacked, they managed to save me. You can make a perception check. Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth.
And you were willing to let them just sacrifice you, were they?
Sorry, one more time.
And you were willing to take a knife for them? You were lying down on the bed there, the sacrificial altar there.
Oh, right, that. I mean, to a degree. I mean, I intended to make my move at some point or another, but then you all sort of burst in, guns blazing.
Sato kind of looks at him and goes, right, so talking is guns blazing? Interesting.
Is that what happened? He says, pointing at all the dead serpent folk.
I don't think it
That
really
was
happened.
That was after the talking. There was talking.
I mean, I believe you were, to be clear as well for Cookie, in case he forgot, I believe you were told not to come down here, and that they would actually leave you in peace if you just left.
It was.
And Evander took the personal distance like to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are what, like, Sate would understand 100%. You guys definitely instigated violence from 2 rooms ago all the way through to now.
Oh yeah, from 2 rooms ago. Yeah, that's
No, all the way through. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. There was no point where peace was an option with you guys. To be clear, just because I know that it's been, there's always weeks between sessions and stuff like that, we can sometimes forget it. And I know that Sato is not a bloodthirsty character in any way, shape, or form. But I would believe that Sato would also understand, like, we did break into their home and fuck their shit up. Like, they didn't come looking for us.
Yeah.
They weren't hunting people down. They were literally just minding their business.
Most
And then Novander's racism showed up.
Yeah. That's true. And Novander's great racism showed up. But yeah. Anywho.
So, as player knowledge,
yes.
because I'm trying to remember, we found did we find a monogrammed handkerchief?
Yes, you did.
I'm just trying to remember where we found it.
I
I thought it was at the
You found the monogram. I believe you found the monogrammed handkerchief at the murder site of Reagan. It was in, yeah, I think.
Wasn't it?
Oh no,
wrapping
it
up-
was Misha.
It was Misha.
Oh,
It was wrapping
Meisha.
up one
Sorry,
of-
yes, you're
one
right.
of the
You're right.
bed
It was
pieces.
Meisha.
But that just links to
And
Karn. Doesn't link to this guy.
He would have access to Karn's things and be able to potentially swing
Frame
evidence in that direction.
Yeah.
Going back to, just to give you guys a little bit of extra from when Navander said he noticed that he was carrying a sword with him. You recognize that sword has the same type of, would provide the same type of injury as Reagan would have suffered.
Which throws Cinderella for a loop because obviously her mind was thinking it was the Hellenites.
Mm.
For when she freed his father, Sansa's mind.
Mm-hmm.
Just another
and-
player question. Does Adamar seem like the overly cocky, confident type who would or would not, or would brag about finding something like the altar?
No, he seems more like the Weasley kind.
Weasley type.
Yeah, who would kind of like more deceive and lie and twist the truth quite a bit. I'll give everyone actually a bonus on this one. Everyone can make me a society check here. Because there is something
Either
you
for
might be able
untrained.
I understand what you guys are doing, and I feel like there is something that might trigger for you guys. So let's see. Okay, 25 and 28. 23. Okay, cool. Pretty much everyone except Westonson. You guys know this. Everything doesn't quite add up. Why would Adamar kill Reagan? Which is what Navander's thinking. Westonson might think, Adamar doesn't really have any loopholes or weaknesses. Sindariel might think, why did Adamar, violate the Temple of Pazuzu to start all of this stuff? Sato might think, what gripe does Adamar even have with anyone to go down this road and even betray his own teammates? Blix might go, ooh, a butterfly. But all of you realize something at the same point, and that is Adamar has had one connecting factor which has driven his actions throughout the entire thing. Also, hi, B-Town. And that is Karn Scarnetti. The killing of Reagan, the finding of Karn's monogram, the capturing of the axe of the chopper and the placing of it in Karn's possession.
He's trying to blame.
Everything has been about destroying Karn Scarnetti's reputation.
And Khan was also confused as well. He had no idea what was happening when we arrested his father.
While you may not be able to get him to brag about stuff like out of ego and out of pride, there is a gap in his facade. And that is all I will give you guys. I'm not going to tell you guys how to roleplay and how you guys get to do stuff, but this is where everything is now linking up. This is where all the pieces begin to fall into place. His motivation was... Anyone want to fill in the blank?
Who's the next person in line to be in charge of the Scarnettis?
Yeah.
Is that something that Sato's new to town? He probably wouldn't know that.
With your society check, yes, you do, because
Okay.
of the people who founded Sandpoint, and this is why it was a society check.
Yeah.
There were 3 major families who founded Sandpoint: the Scarnettis, the Vadimars, and the Kaijutsu family, which is your family. So
Okay.
you're all too aware of the Scarnetti and their presence in town.
Cool.
Gets it.
So with all the thinking going on, and us talking to Karn, Blix kind of as he's kind of like darting around, his eyes kind of catch the curtain over here.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to find proof. He's thinking maybe Karn has, or not Karn, Adamar might be hiding something back there. So he's gonna, can he like make a, like almost like peek behind there to see if there is anything behind the curtain?
There's a bed and a set of drawers.
Okay. Can Blix try to sneak behind the curtain and see if he can go check out the drawer?
No, you can't sneak because he's looking straight at you, but you can just go there
Oh,
because
okay.
he does not care.
Okay.
As you go inside, you can see that there is there appears to be prayer books written about the serpent deity Yadrisis. It is written in a language you don't speak or understand, and seems to also be some kind of spell book which you can't translate.
Okay.
There's also a small silver coffer worth 25 gold pieces containing a stash of rare incenses worth 200 gold pieces.
Dang.
So, while Blix is looting the other room, the rest of you...
Blix thought maybe there might something be related to what's going on in there, but yeah.
there's not.
Yep.
Sato's looking at Adamar and goes, seems to be awfully convenient that everyone between you and control of the Scarnetti family is now either gone or arrested. And there was a lot of circumstantial evidence, shall we say.
That is true, Sato. It does almost seem like Khan is the only person left between you and taking over the entire Scarnetti family. However, how much would his reputation increase if you came back? It showed, since your brother did send you out into the pit in the first place, right?
No, I came to the pit.
No, I'm pretty sure he sent you out here to begin with. It was originally his idea. That's what I heard, at least. Anyone else?
I wasn't there for that. But
No.
I
heard rumors
so,
like
so,
that.
So, Matt, do you want to fill the party in?
Yes. I'm trying to make him angry to show that anything that this guy is doing is actually increasing his brother's power.
I was also going to twist the truth a bit to give an impression that the Hell Knights had questioned Karn, and because he was under the influence of a magical item, it looks like he will be forgiven.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go with
That
we
was
can
sort
go,
of the approach I started to go.
Sweet, we can go with all of these. So let's start with what Matt's going with, which is that he's attributing the plan or the success of what he is doing to Karn. Now, the thing is, we need to have the next step. Getting him angry is fine, right? Because that'll definitely work. What's your next step after that?
Next step would be maybe it's a good point. Maybe it's good that we're having a recent election, because if Khan is that popular, he might end up being mayor of Sandpoint. Especially if the clicks.
Okay, so that's just continuing to make him mad. You need to
Okay.
you need to do something with that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Any ideas?
I had thought of releasing him, getting him so worked up and blind that he might make an overt action towards Karn
And in the public.
in the public.
All right, so you're trying to get him mad so that he will do something publicly against Karn after you let him go from here? I mean,
That
that's
was
still...
where I was initially thinking. I
Yep.
don't know if that's a good idea or not. We would involve us, like, I was then going to encourage us to go back to the town and kind of try to create the incident, have Karn in a public view setting.
Mhm.
And it's half baked, which is why I was still thinking on it.
Sure. No, that's... I mean, again, as long as we have, like, the angles and the points.
Mm.
Matt, thoughts?
I didn't have much thoughts after, just
Make it
making
mad for
angry,
some reason.
hopefully. Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'll get everyone to make me a intelligence check, please, and let's see if we can come up with with an idea to capitalize on this.
Natural 20. Oh, nope.
Nope. Shadow's not thinking.
Okay.
Evander is just like Matt, brainless at the moment.
Cinderio. Karn has been very careful about everything that they've done. They have been very meticulous in their plan to try and destabilize the Scarnetti family. Now, while what Matt is saying about Karn being responsible for like sending him into the pit, and any heroism that he does here will be attributed to his cousin, will get him angry for sure. The bit that you kind of realize very quickly is that despite what he's doing, unless Karn goes down, unless he goes down for the murders or for any of this sort of, any of the stuff that's happened, unless he actively takes the fall, Adamar will never get the holdings at the Scarnetti house. It just won't happen. So something needs to happen to put an end to Adamar once and for all. And if you allude to these plans, being not enough, that might get him to confess to something, two things.
Oh, and now to try and think how to phrase things.
It's true. So let's go to Matt real quick. My idiot cousin had no part to play. I joined up with Vadimar of my own volition. It's him who instigated everything and is the leader of our little adventuring group. So say what you want. He's the one who'll get all the credit. I was simply a worthy accomplice to the heroes that stood up in order to defeat these treacherous dooms you guys keep going on about.
That might be the case, but the word on the street is that Khan was the one who helped finance your little expedition. And, of course, with you being a member of the Scarnetti family in this party, in this group, people might jump to conclusions and say he sent you. I mean, that is what you're great at, right? Being sent?
Unfortunately, that's where you're going to trip up, Matt, because...
damn it. Okay.
Because he is going to turn around and say, no one would say that. Because Titus is the only one capable of funding expeditions. And he was still alive when we began our campaign. You're just trying to rile me up. It won't work. Your pathetic attempt to try and evoke any kind of emotion is about as pathetic as the rumors I've been hearing about your ability to protect your family, Navander. What's that? 2 wives and neither of them are able to stay with you. Sounds awful. Perhaps the lobotomy wasn't really in the brain. Perhaps it came when you put the ring on their finger.
Listen here, you
Saddle's actually gonna look at him and go. He's gonna look at Navander and go. You didn't mention all of that, but the 2 wives, when the second one showed up, that was yesterday. Adamar, how do you know that? There's no possible way, if you were down here this whole time, that you would be aware of that.
Would you be aware of Titus's murder?
That's true.
Since he was supposedly down here.
Or,
Mm,
yeah,
Yeah, that
It's
because
like-
he was sent before that happened too.
that's true. He...
Here.
Okay.
it was so close.
No, I mean, you already know he's guilty. I mean, let's put
Oh,
this
yeah.
that way. You already had your aha moment, okay? You can only have
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many of your aha moments. But in this particular case, he tries to just pass it off as, of course, word gets down here. You know? We've been back to Sandpoint on multiple occasions, and word travels fast. The Scarnetti have a foothold everywhere, including here. It is, again, very, very loose. He has no explanation.
That doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
That is literally what Sato is saying to them. That story doesn't work. You're going to have to do much better than that.
He then looks at you and says, "Or what?"
Well, you're the one who said we came in with violence. It seems that we're pretty good at it.
It's true. Then you're gonna have to explain why Adamar Scarnetti was found dead in a pit by your blades.
Probably. You were working with the snake people.
Can you
You
prove
were.
that?
You were.
Seems like my blades. It seems like my blades are all over the high priest here. Seems like I was attacking and trying to protect the town when all of a sudden I was turned on by people who were jealous of sharing the spotlight.
No, I don't believe Sato saw the wound on the. He definitely didn't see the murdered one. Did he see the wound on the blacksmith?
Ooh, good question. I don't remember. Did you?
I don't believe he did.
No. Either way, the blacksmith was attacked by the chopper, so it would have been an axe. So you wouldn't have seen.
I recall you saying above table that it was a similar wound to what killed.
No,
Not a blacksmith. That was my sailing buddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Must have said
sorry, your
somebody.
sailing buddy. Not my apologies, not the blacksmith.
Right.
Fix the-
Yes, if you saw that, you would know. I mean, yeah, you would know the wounds are very similar.
Yeah, it's like, So you were in the city,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody with wounds matching those ones was attacked. I think that your story is not going to work well.
Okay, I'm on 2 different tangents here. Let's go bit by bit. So,
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Go on.
I was going to say, essentially, it's like after Adamar pointed out that his sword left distinctive wounds, and the dead high priest,
Mm-hmm.
that those distinctive wounds actually match some people who were attacked in Sandpoint.
Right. Okay. You're right. I'm with you. He will probably say lots of people carry swords.
So it's
like
not
that
distinctive
one.
enough
Uh,
to
it's
prove
not.
that you attacked the serpent leader.
Well, if not me, then who would it be? Unlike in the town where there would be lots of people carrying and wielding weapons and the like.
Me! Gonna shoot him in the leg.
Okay. Yep. Make your attack.
If not for me, who would it be? It was me. Oh,
You killed
Also-
Reagan the High Priest?
oh, damn!
Okay.
No, not the high priest. I thought you were talking. I
All
thought
right.
we were just talking about
All right. You
but-
shoot him in the leg. Roll your damage.
yeah.
All right. Wait, that's not right. 1 second. Maybe it is right.
Ugh.
Put on Solo, this was becoming a
Uh,
overly long conversation.
Blix has been like trying to. He's been holding back this whole time. And he's like,
oh, yeah, no, that's fine. No, that doesn't work. I was just checking that. All right. As the arrow flies from behind the curtain and stabs him in the leg, Adamar winces in pain and says, perfect. And we're going to go into initiative. Cinderio, you're up first.
Ugh. Oh.
You know what? I'm actually just going to delay till the end.
Yep, not a problem. Let me just get some good old boss music going. All right. Blix, you're up next.
All right. I'm gonna attempt to shoot him with 3 arrows
Go ahead.
as I do triple shot.
Let's
Be
do
like,
it.
oh my god! Shot 1. That's a hit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, do your damage. Very nice. 14 points of damage.
Shot number 2. Ah.
Critical miss.
All right. So let's do the.
I'll roll a percentage
Oh, you're
for
doing
you.
it. Okay.
Yep, you're fine. Nope, no extra effect.
Okay, and then shot number 3.
And a hit.
Ooh.
All right, 11. All right, done and done. All right, as 3 arrows, thwack, 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 manage to find purchase in Adamar, we now go to his turn.
He's like, wait, what did I just say?
He then transforms. His
Oh, shit.
body begins to shift and change and become that of a were-rat. Which is then going to give him enough speed.
Where? Rat?
Indeed.
Bad bet.
All right. He is going to rush over to here and step on a plate and say the magic words.
Didn't the Vader turn it off?
Nope.
No, I never turned it on, but he probably knows how to turn them on to begin with.
Very astute. Yes, he does. As he did, he steps in, and as he does so, disappears.
Uh-oh.
Westonson. Well, actually, let's pause here. Are you guys going to chase after him?
So-
Blix kind
Son
of
of
does.
this.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, unless you guys don't want to.
Yeah, that's why I'm putting it above table. It's about whether or not we stay in initiative or not. So, just a quick show of hands. People who are you guys going to chase?
Sorry, let me just, because once again, this is a question between new and old.
Yep.
Were rats are seen as just normal people now, aren't they?
No, they're still
That's
seen as
rat
cursed
folk.
lycanthropy and stuff like that. In some places, like such as Ustala, for example, it may be common for people to be seen as that way. Generally speaking, they are not inherently evil because that's not a thing anymore. So old stuff would have been, if you're a werewolf, when you transform, you have to be evil. Nowadays, that's not really the case, but you still have your basic kind of like primal urges and needs and stuff like that.
Right. He's just turned into a rare rat in a Vanderbilt chase.
Yep. So that's so hands up for chase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay.
I was on the fence, so.
Sure. No worries. All right. So you guys are chasing. Westonson, you were up next.
No, I'm not the best chaser. But I will triple move at least get me to the portal. Oh.
Very well.
Is the portal still active?
No. It activates on a word.
Did we hear the word?
Yes.
We know the word 'cause we've
all-
been
yeah,
using it.
You've all
Oh,
known the
okay.
words for a while now.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
go there and speak the magic word. I love
Okay.
peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Okay, let me just transfer
Hola.
you to that place. Okay. No, I don't have that map. Okay, that's fine. All right. You find yourself in the Temple of Sandpoint, or at least in the basement of the Temple of Sandpoint. Several of the acolytes seem to be shouting as they're very surprised by the sudden appearance of the were-rat, and then Westonson behind. The were-rat hasn't gone very far. He is just sort of in the basement here. Ooh, can I use this as a basement? No, I can't. That's fine. I'll see if I can find a map. But yeah, anyway. Yep, you see him dead in the center of this. Ooh, can I use that? Sure. Let's use this just temporarily. Okay, so Westonson and Adamar's basically just here. There we go. All right.
So I emerge and see him standing there. I've actually used all 3 of my actions to get there.
All right,
So-
very well. Sato.
Okay, Sato will. Let me double check. It's 40 feet, I think, to the. Gotta double check his move speed. 40. Good, 40.
All right, so
So
you move.
he is going move and say the words
All right, that will take
to pop
you.
out. Up. Sorry, technical question.
Yep.
Did he drop out of Dragon Stance when we went out of initiative before, or
Yes.
is he
Yeah.
still in it from the other one?
You would have dropped out.
Okay.
I figured
Even though
we
he
would have
was
dropped out.
kind of on guard with the stuff.
The point blank
the thing,
stance
the
too,
thing about
just
a stance,
because.
yeah. So the thing about a stance is the stance has to be done in combat. As soon as you leave
Yeah.
combat, unless there's like a, you're talking to a bad guy, and I'll kind of evade by that. In this particular case, you were under the belief that you were rescuing a person. You would have
Yeah.
absolutely dropped stance.
Okay, and that's fine. Yeah.
Actually,
Uh,
here's a good thing for you, Steve, to potentially have for stances. Imagine being in a stance is like drawing a bow and holding it. You know what I mean? Anything that would cause you to lower your bow or to lower that pull so that you don't strain your arm, that would be when you drop your stance, you know?
Perfect. Yep. No, I think the only reason that I thought that, like, normally I would have said, like, that would be an automatic. It was only because of the suspicion level and the actual active blocking of the door for the, you know, to not let him out. But I didn't say that ahead of time, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's kind of how I view. That's kind of how I view stances in general, unless someone tells me actively they're.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough.
Okay.
Are you going to share the other map?
Oh yes, I will. Sorry. Here you go. All right. So you've moved. You've one action to teleport. You've got one more action remaining.
Oh, so it is an action to teleport?
Correct.
Okay.
Technically two, but I'm vying it as a one action to say the magic word, and that'll be it.
Okay. And he is out of melee reach. Can I think it's a 2-action thing. I think the flying kick is a 2-action thing. Yes, it's a 2-action thing. So he is going to go into dragon stance.
All right. Done and done. All right. We then go to Navander.
I'm gonna kick his butt, he says to Scenario.
I think he's just wanted to try and drag our names through the mud again.
Yeah, what else to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
See you over there. Womp.
All right. A move action, a teleport action.
Enough, animal. Enough. Just enough. No more.
And anything else you're gonna do? He's not responding to you.
I'm gonna. There's no room between him and the door, is there?
No. Not really.
Okay. He is going to. Let me see.
Technically, he'd be a little bit further, but yeah, I couldn't find a
Let
map
me
really.
check my inventory. Can I throw a bottle of oil at the doorknob, the door handle?
A bottle of oil at the door handle.
Yeah.
I would say that because this is a utility item, you would actually need to retrieve it from your backpack.
Yep. Okay. Well, then I'll grab a bottle of oil.
Okay. All right, Cinderio.
35. Oh, cool. I can get to the teleporter in one action.
All right, beautiful. Let's teleport you across now.
Yeah.
Okay. Move, teleport. One more action.
You described this scene as there were other people here, right?
Yes, there are a few of the acolytes who are in the basement, kind of mixture of gathering supplies and cleaning and stuff like that. The area here is actually a little bit bigger than the map entails. Like, I'd say maybe twice as big. But it's basically like, if you remember, the main temple is above you, and then this area is just kind of like supplies and like stuff you need for the rituals and things like that. It's mostly a storage area. Buried underneath one of the storage compartments was where you found the Shihedron rune that connects you to the thing. You are the apart from the storage stuff, you're the only ones who come down here.
What we should do? For last action for Sandero, should probably be more just shouting at the others to get out the way, because she doesn't want. It's just a get away from him. Someone tells me, There's danger here. Stay away. As she tries to encourage the crowd to vacate so they don't get caught in any friendly fire.
Okay. They given that they trust you, they'll start. I mean, there's nowhere to go. This is just a basement. The only way out is where this guy's gone.
Yeah, but they can at least like go to the wall, so they're not.
Yeah, they're already kind of at the. You know what I mean? Like they're they some of them take cover behind some boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, things like that. Yep, not a problem.
Yeah.
Easy done. All right, Blix.
All right. He's just like, oh, I'm the farthest behind. So I'll have to actually take 2 actions to get to the teleporter, and then the 3rd action to teleport.
Okay, easy done. As you
And
teleport.
then,
Yes.
oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, then I was gonna ask if I could use my hero point to take a shot at him.
Sure, I don't mind that.
All right. May I use one of my antler arrows as an arrow?
What does that do?
It says, the creation of these arrows was inspired by an encounter with a horned Archon scout. Anyway, when the activation antler arrow hits its target, glowing antlers extend to pin it down. The target must succeed a DC 16 reflex save or become stuck to the surface, taking the critical specialization effect of a bow.
Nice, love that. Yeah, sure, by all means.
All right, so I will take a shot at him. Oh, I need the other map. That's right. Okay, there we go. And
That is a miss.
can I use my natural 20?
Sure, if you'd like to.
I'd like to.
All right, natural 20.
All right, so crit and the dice. Oh shit!
Right. Now, as this happens, he will remain on 1 hit point.
All right, and then
As his-
he needs to make a reflex save.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, he does it.
22. Does not do it?
Yep. No, he does. It's a
Oh, he does?
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yep, he manages to evade it. His ferocity keeps him up on 1 hit point. He is, however, now if I remember correctly, he is now wounded 1, which is perfect. So wounded there, done. All right, anything else?
Oh, if the hit with the antler arrow is a critical hit and you have access to the bow specialization, which I would,
Do you?
because of a fighter,
Oh, yep.
the DC of the athletics check is increased to 15. Oh, that's for trying to get out
Cool.
of the arrow. Okay.
Well, do you want to apply your critical specialization then? Because you got the.
Oh,
crit.
yeah.
And roll the
I forgot what the
percentage on
bow
this.
was. Want to know?
Oh, and you get a crit card.
Ooh.
All right,
was
let's
the
see what happens here.
I'll look it up quick.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Your crit card is piercing. Ooh, not bad. Let's try a different one because that's not going to do anything. Because it's triple damage, but if he's going to use the thing.
Yeah.
Until healed, he is clumsy 2 and can't use one of his hands.
Ooh.
Okay, I like that.
Right,
That's why your
and
critical
then-
specialization
Oh.
if you're still looking.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
For the bow, if the target of a critical hit is adjacent to a surface, it gets stuck to that surface by the missile. The target is immobilized and must spend an interact action to attempt a DC 10 athletics checks to pull the missile free. You can't move from the space until it succeeds.
Nice. Fucking awesome. All right, so you basically
Yeah.
did what you wanted to anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so
I just don't think the arrow gives the 15. Then it's still just the 10. Then.
yeah, it's a 10. All right, so step 1, athletics check to break free, which he will do unless he rolls a 1.
Oh!
Oh wait, no, he's still. Oh wait, no, because that'll still fail.
Yep.
Okay, so that will fail. He'll try again.
Oh.
There we go,
Okay.
much better.
I was like, another one.
All right. And he is going to rush upstairs with his final action. All right.
Chase him.
Darn open doors.
Okay, Westonson, you're up.
I'm going to, I guess, they chase.
That's okay. We won't. Don't worry about the map at the moment.
It's-
Again, you're
Took a
in
fall to the stairwell.
you're in Sandpoint at this point.
All right. And so he's headed up into the city itself, or the town itself.
Yes. Right now he's in the cathedral.
You need the Benny Hill yakety sax music if we're going to be chasing him through the city.
I don't think I'm going to. I'm thinking I might go to the captain of the Hell Knights. Well, that was a bad idea because the family's really well connected to them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for an authority, could I also make a suggestion?
Sure.
Mhm.
Hemlock,
Hemlock?
the sheriff. If you're looking for an authority figure person.
Yeah, and Westonson and him got along fairly well. The other option I was
wouldn't
thinking of was actually going to the Scownettis, Karn,
I'll,
to give warning.
That is potential, but right now you're in the basement of the temple, and if you want to go anywhere, you will need to go out of the temple, which will
Yeah.
ultimately go past him anyway.
Okay. So I'll keep running after him at this point.
All right.
since
Well, you only
he
take one
moves faster
action.
than me.
Yeah, one action. You get upstairs, and you're now in the main cathedral. You can see obviously the multiple alcoves. You can see people who are kind of a little bit panicked because there's a giant rat person. Actually, no. Sorry. No, he's not. Let's see. Human or rat form. Blah 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 blah. Oh no. Yep. Yeah. No. He is still a giant rat person. Yep. Not giant rat person. He's a
Second.
rat person. Small rat person.
So is he
I was thinking
large or is he
It's
medium?
an action to usually
He's medium. Yeah.
change
Yeah.
shape again.
Yeah. It is an action to change shape.
Yeah.
Because
So-
I know that it's an action to change shape into. I wasn't sure if it was an action to change shape out of or to drop it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is. It is an action. So yeah. Yep.
Is Titus around?
Is Titus around? You mean the dead Scarnetti?
Sorry, no. Sean's character.
Oh, Titus. Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, sure. Let's have a look.
I mean, technically, him and Mario are here.
Yeah. Titus is around.
So I yell for him and Morrow to stop that man.
Stop that rat.
Stop that man.
Sure. I don't mind that. I mean, they're not armed or anything like that, so that I'm gonna let them come in at the end of the round, potentially. Actually, let's see if Maro is here as well. So Titus is there, and Maro is there. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. All right, Sato.
So- How many rounds did it take me to get line of sight on him?
One action to go up, one action to technically command Maro, and one action to technically command Titus.
Okay.
Sato.
Okay, well, Sato will give chase.
All right. With a 40-foot move, you can catch up to him in one action instead of two.
Okay,
Nice.
so at this point, Sato will flurry of blows on him.
All right, go ahead.
Now, can I do, Scalia, can I drop a target on him when it's in the combat tracker?
Yep, same way as you
Or
do
does
in
it
the
have
map.
to be the map?
Nope,
Okay.
same way as you do in the map. You can control click or just do that on the combat tracker as well.
Control, click him there. Targets, items, Scarnetti. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There, so. Oops, and click on that button. There we go. Drop the first attack on. Which is a hit. Yay.
All right, that is a hit. Deal your damage. Oh, well, he's only on 1 hit point, so I mean, you're probably gonna. All right. He will go down.
Is he coming back up again for the second hit?
Nope. Oh wait, no, he can actually because he's got his reflex save thing. So yeah, he'll come back for the second hit. Go on. See, maybe he'll miss. He'll gain wounded 1 again. Oh, wounded 2. Sorry, now he's on wounded 2.
Wounded 1 again. Ooh.
Well, that will miss.
Yeah, so I'm going to release the damage on it, but so it'll knock him down and then.
And then he'll use his reaction to get back up.
Yeah.
All right.
I wasn't sure whether he was going to have to do it twice. Like he wouldn't get back up the second time.
That's true. He wouldn't.
Could have used the nat 20, I suppose.
You could have, but you didn't. I
But
mean,
I
you can still if you want to, but it's up to you.
That's 2 actions at this point in time.
Move up. Flurry of blows. You got 1 more action.
Yeah, so he's going to try and take another swing at him.
All right, let's do it.
Another kick. See if he can kick the head off the thing. You know what? Now I'm going to use the nat 20.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. What does the nat 20 bring your attack to?
The nat 20 brings my attack to 28.
All right, that will crit.
Yeah.
Now at this point he won't be able to come back because that'll be 4 dying on him, so he will just straight up die. Okay. As he goes down, he does indeed splatter over the temple floor. As this happens, his body begins to shift and transform as he returns to Adamar's visage. You are out of combat. Now, here is where problems arise. The Hell Knights, who, as you recall, have been heavily stationed here due to the fact that Father Xantus has been accused of murder, now bear witness to the accomplices of Father Xantus in cold blood slaying a fleeing victim who is Adamar Scarnetti, who bears goblin arrows riddled through his body and has Sato standing over him, having struck him while retreating. Adamar also has no weapons visibly present. Though they did see him transform into a Rarerat, they immediately draw weapons and tell Sato to... I mean, they can't tell you to put your weapons down. They'll tell you to back away and get on the ground.
Well, Sato will relax down. Well, he will. Sato will back away. It's now. Sorry, I have a mechanical question.
Sure.
When you transform, so does all of the equipment go in? So that wouldn't he still have his sword?
No, he does,
Like,
but he
is
never
dressed or is
actually.
naked?
Yeah, he never actually drew it against you guys.
I thought that he had drawn it against us.
Nope.
I thought that he showed it to us.
No. Navander
So-
noticed his sword.
Okay.
The only person he
okay.
attacked. The only person he attacked was the serpent folk.
Okay,
And
so
once
he
that-
sheathed it after attacking.
Yeah, and once that
Yeah,
battle
okay.
is, it's at rest, and he basically put the sword away at that point.
Okay. So he will back up and will. What did they say exactly?
To get down, so basically on your knees or
So-
whatever.
So he will drop down onto one knee.
Yep.
On the.
They kind of keep their eye on Westinson and tell him to lower his gun immediately because he has his gun out.
I actually never drew my gun.
No? Okay, never mind. Then they don't ask you to do anything. They just kind of like just keep an eye on you. One of them will walk up and check on Adamar, and he is first of all very dead. They will demand an explanation. I presume the rest of you will come up at this point in time.
Yeah, the vandal will be up at this point.
Yeah, they're going to demand an explanation to what's going on. The temple is rife with murmurs, panic, and fear for the most part. From everyone. As Titus and Maru, while they didn't do anything, hearing Westinson calling on them, they'll be in your company throughout this next little bit because they're going to be, again, considered accomplices and stuff. The other priests, when Sindariel gets up here, Sindariel, you realize the weight of what's just happened. In its very, very long history, this is the first death that has occurred within the walls of the Sandpoint Cathedral since its rebuild.
Yep, because even Reagan was outside the walls.
Correct. The guards will demand an explanation, which I imagine there's a lot of stuff that's coming through. Because in an effort to avoid having to repeat it multiple times, here is the scenario, and I would like for you guys to chime in if there's something else you would like to do. After explaining yourselves to the multiple gods, let's say there's 4 gods here who are listening to your story. They will say that you need to come with them in order to explain yourself to their captain. They will take you. You're all effectively being detained. You're not officially pressed with charges or anything like that. You're just being detained for questioning in regards to what is happening here. Adamar's body is going to be taken with them. Well, actually, no. The priests will take Adamar's body and put it in the place that they normally leave it in for stuff. Yada, yada, yada. And you guys are going to be taken into the jail cells to go talk to people. Is there anything you would like to do? Like, presuming you've explained everything to these guys and they're saying, yep, you're coming with us anyway, and we're going to explain it again to the guards. Anything you guys are going to do in addition? Nope. Okay. So, with that,
No.
you explain it to the guards. The guards will then take you away. Father Xantus does see Sindariel being dragged away from, just in the sort of reliquary area not reliquary area, the sleeping, resting area, whatever you want to call it. He hears the commotion and sort of like, he's allowed to peek his head out and stuff like that. And he does actually see as Sindariel is being escorted off grounds with the guards. He seems to move forward as if to go and protest and stand up for you, but several of the priests, the other smaller, younger acolytes, hold him back from that. He looks concerned. He wants to know what's going on. He knows something is wrong if Sindariel's being arrested. And you guys are taken across town. This is incredibly public as you are marched through the streets. People are immediately starting to talk and perpetuate rumors and stuff like that about what is going on. Why have the heroes of Sandpoint been arrested? What's going on? And eventually, as you get to the barracks, there is a small line of people, nosy neighbors, who have followed you in. In the jail cells, you are placed into your own quarters, where I'm just going to say, just flavor-wise, you take the time to catch up with both Titus and Maro, explain to them what's happened and stuff, and they're like, sure. But thanks, Westinson, for getting us stuck in hot water, you bastard.
Anytime.
At this point in time, a very familiar face approaches, and it is not the Hell Knight. It is not the Hell Knight woman. It is... I can't remember his name, but for the life of me... I can remember his face.
Sounds like me in real life.
Yeah, I
I
know.
can remember faces. Names are terrible.
He was the. Is this the? Ah, okay, yeah.
Nope, nope, not him.
No, the Inquisitor guy.
Yeah.
I did have a name for him. Alas, it
Wasn't
is
in the
lost.
book.
It's lost to the freaking reader. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Oh, actually, you know what? I know how I can look for it. Hold on, 1 second. If I go here, images, then look up the NPC core. Okay. Sorry, apologies everyone, as I aha, here he is, bodyguard. Boom. All right, this guy, whose name does escape me still, but we remember this guy, yeah?
I
Ah,
believe so. He
was-
was the
sorry, I just found it. I found it on no. Crocus Fang.
Yes, Crocus, that was his name. I think he's actually a character, which I just put that picture towards him, but Sandpoint jail is somewhere. It's in one of the books, which I have. Oh, here we go. Blah, 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 blah. Sandpoint, White Deer, Way North Cathedral, the Shack, Garrison, Baylor Hemlock. Yeah, I think it might be in the other book, which is fine. Okay. In any case, Crocus comes up, white hair, dark skin, sort of marching towards you. I thought I said that I didn't want to see you down here no more. He is addressing this to Cinderio.
Oh, so I plan to be here.
Most folk rarely do. I heard about what happened from the guards. They say you came up and slew the Scarnetti kid.
Never my intention to slay people. You know that.
Mm-hmm. And what about the company you keep?
There's some newer faces. I'm not quite sure everyone's personality quite yet.
Well, either way, I just want you to know that we'll try and make your stay here as brief as possible, but if there's any truth to these allegations, there's not much I can do to help. Just know that no matter how this plays out, I still believe you. I know that you don't plan for bad things to happen, and you've done your best to look after Father Santos, and for that, I am grateful. But this is just a little above my pay grade, that's all.
If it was in anyone's pay grade, I'd be worried.
He nods to each of you, just kind of as a acknowledgement more than anything else. But he mostly wanted to just sort of hit up Cinderio, and he will leave. The next person down to see you is Wolflek. As he comes down, he has a very, very prominent stride as he walks towards the gates where you are. He turns and sort of assesses each of you. Then his eyes rest upon Blix.
Hey Wolflek.
That is what you choose to say to me?
No, sorry. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I can tell you what happened. He holds up his notebook. 4 goblin arrows deeply lodged into vital parts of Fuck, what was his name? Adamar.
Adamar. Yeah.
I kept going to Albert for some reason. I'm going through all these names now. Adamar Scarnetti, all of which goblin in origin. He looks at you and he says, I thought we were trying to make a change. I thought we were trying to show this town that we were heroes.
I am.
I guess.
I swear.
Which is why an unarmed man was found with goblin arrows riddled through him. These people hate us already. They already think that we are heartless monsters who kill for no reason. I had higher hopes for you, Blix.
No.
And he will leave.
No. No. Blix will
He was armed.
hide in
He
the
was
corner
armed, though.
and just kind of almost cut or not cuddle. What's the word? Fetal.
Cower.
Yeah,
Pulse
go
tower.
fetal. Like hug your
Yeah.
knees. Yep, hug your knees. Go fetal.
But I was trying to help. I was trying to help.
The final person, I say final person, to arrive, do so in a pair. The first is, of course, none other than the very infamous Baylor Hemlock, the town's sheriff. Now, since the arrival of the Hell Knights, this has been more of a position of, what's the word? It's been more a title.
Ceremonial.
Thank you. Yes, ceremonial title than it is an actual function. He's not really had much of an opportunity to be the sheriff here, because of the arrival of the Hell Knights. But of course, in their company is, as always, what was the Hell Knight's name again? Sorry, my apologies. Matt?
Barbara.
Barbara, that's right. All right. Barbara approaches with Baylor. The guards have apprised me of exactly what seems to have happened, but I need to hear it from you directly. This is quite the circus you've brought to town. We do not know that yet. There are many things that are still unanswered for. But I do have to agree, it does not look good. I know that you would not do what you did for no reason. I hold that faith in you, but nothing! Your prejudice will do you no service here. Your friends, your family, I do not care how deep your ties run with this town. Corruption will not be ceded in Sandpoint. Baylor quietens down a little bit, but he still stands strong, head held high. So, start from the beginning, and don't miss any details out. Well, one of you speak!
Blix is still cowering.
So we should probably talk about the whole thing. So we'll probably start off. Now, did the choppers start before or after the death of Reagan? Before, right?
So the chopper stuff happened before Reagan's death.
Okay, so we'll start with the story of the chopper, how he was attacking people in the streets, how we were attacked. This will be all in chronological order because Matt did have notes.
No, that's fine.
Hey.
Let's start. Rather than doing a big speech, let's break down. And you know what? Let's make new notes. I feel like this is a good time for.
Yeah,
this
that's
as
a
well.
great idea.
So
great idea.
So I'm gonna open up these notes here, and I'll write these down as we're talking. Right?
Yeah.
So new notes. Let's go with the case of Adamar Scarnetti. Okay. So, first things first. Jesus, this is not the music I want. Let me try that again. Hold on.
Oh, I don't know. It's very dramatic.
Yeah, it is.
Perfect
But let's,
detective music.
Yeah, I kind of want detective music. That is what I want. Here we go.
Suddenly the world turns black and white.
Here we go.
All 5 of us have like a cigar in their mouths.
Everything's said in third person.
Plus whiskey.
1930s noir.
Lex cuts off the end of the cigarette and Blake starts to smoke it as he thinks to himself, why?
All right. The Curious Case of Adama Scarnetti. Chapter 1. The Chopper. You know and identify that mysterious deaths by axe occurred around Sandpoint.
Yeah.
You discovered the spirit of the Chopper was responsible, but was behaving peculiarly. Titus Scarnetti approached with information that he believed Karn Scarnetti was controlling the Chopper's ghost, but didn't know how. You guys investigated the Chopper's house and found the altar to Pazuzu below the lodge. Missing was the Chopper's axe, which Baylor Hemlock attested was still in the house after Jervis Stute, the Chopper, was killed. During the what do you call it? During the debate.
Process? Oh, okay.
During the debate between the mayor and the former mayor Kendra, Karn was seen fleeing after having attacked the mayor in a daze, armed with the Chopper's axe. You managed to retrieve the axe and exorcise the spirit from within. Now, do you include the bit that you found Titus chopped up in the basement of the Scarnetti Manor or not? Because so far, that is still unrevealed.
Well, remember, we did actually phrase it at the time that we pinned all of it on Titus so that Karn get off with his memory, so he was actually still
Correct.
owed us the favour.
Correct. So you have so far told the cops that Titus was the one who was in charge. So
I think. Do you think it's a good idea? I think it's a good idea to tell her that we found Titus.
well, this also means that you lied, or this is also confessing to lying to the cops earlier on to protect Karn. The question is that what you guys are going to do? Chapter 2.
If we did that, we'd probably bring Karn down as well.
What do you think?
I would say stick to the story that we did before.
Alright, very well. Then we'll stick
Because
to
at least
the
it's then consistent and makes us look as though we're trustworthy because we're
Yeah.
not telling
Gotcha.
contradictory stories.
We should also mention at one point this was when Reagan was attacked as well.
Okay, so Previously, the police were told that Titus had the axe and had used it to control the chopper, and had lied to you regarding Karn to frame him. We'll come to the Reagan's murder in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just making a note of that. Okay, so previously, the police were told that Titus. Very nice. The Titus,
you got your vet, I got my cigarette.
the police were told that Titus had the axe and used it to frame them, and you're gonna stick with that story. Okay, cool. Now the next bit. All right. What happened underneath the? What happened to the death of Ademar Scarnetti? So, at this point, found Ademar being sacrificed, coerced. What do you want to call it?
We believe sacrificed turned out coerced.
Wasn't it joining the snake cult?
Joining
That's
the-
what was actually. That's what was actually happening when we first got in there.
Well, we thought he was being sacrificed when we first got in there.
Yeah.
No,
and he was being
no, what he-
sacrificed. Because he was sitting side by side next to the skull, and then told to lay down on the altar while the guy had a knife. I don't think at any point your characters would have believed joining from that.
I remember.
Yeah, go on.
When Sato walked in, it was like they were talking about joining the cult. That was, as I recall, the conversation that was going on.
Found Ademar being tricked into joining a serpent cult.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be a sacrificial ritual.
Wait a second. We should probably start a little bit before that and tell her exactly when Ademar went down into the pit too.
Okay, go for it.
Because we'll tell her the amount of days that he's been down the pit, because that creates a time frame about whether or not he knows about certain information or not. Because a lot of the basis on it is that he knows information that he shouldn't have known.
All right, very well. Okay, cool. Timeline provided, that's okay. Now, you found Ademar being tricked into joining a serpent cult, which turned out to be a sacrificial ritual. You dispatched the serpents with Ademar's assistance. Do you include that? You can't say no. This is about what you provide. And again, you can also lie. I'm just writing down the information.
Yes, he assisted.
Okay. After the battle, Ademar wished to return to Sandpoint. instead of searching for his missing party members. He revealed he knew things were happening in Sandpoint which wouldn't have been possible had he been in the pit.
He also
Including
knew about the
Details about the chopper, including the altar to Pazuzu.
which should have remained secret, which was remained secret.
Except from Belor and small group of guards. Okay, then what happened?
Can we say he instigated a fight by verbally assaulting members of the party? At which point,
Sorry, verbally assaulted?
verbally assaulted.
Yep.
Sorry, when confronted about his knowing of information, he verbally insulted members of the party, which resulted in Blix's physical retaliation.
I did do that.
Throwing him under the bus.
It is a very Evander thing to do, to be fair.
Okay. When confronted, Adama then verbally assaulted, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get Nevada to make me a deception on this one, only because you were actively trying to invoke a response from him at the time. So the thing is you weren't confronting, you were trying to elicit a response, which you did get.
Oh, I'll say that then. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll say that then.
Okay, so in which case, Nevander trying to elicit a response to investigate further caused Adama to verbally assault him back, at which point Blix attacked. Adamar fled.
Sorry, Adamar transformed into a were-rat, then fled.
Transformed into a were-rat, then fled. The group pursued and eventually caught and killed Adamar. All right. Is that about right? All right, so that is the death of Adamar Scarnetti. Now, Reagan's murder. All right, so what are we going to say about this? Reagan was stabbed by a wide-edged blade, which matches the description of the weapon Adama carries. Okay.
Sorry, I should have done this before. Did the injuries look consistent with Reagan's injuries on the snake person?
Yes.
Then I'll also add that as well.
Yeah, same thing when I said.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Anything else?
It was done at a time to create as much chaos as possible. Sorry. It was done at a time to create as much chaos as possible during the time of proper attacks as well.
And confusion.
Because the most powerful cleric within Sandpoint who could deal with ghostly things was locked up.
Okay. The murder was created chaos and confusion during the Chopper's new murders, which resulted in the town's priest being locked away and unable to help put the angry ghost to rest. Okay. All right. Now, motivation. That is going to be our final little piece of information. All right. So, what is the motivation?
He was motivated predominantly by clearing the way to become the head of the Scarnetti family.
Adamar wished to become head of the Scarnetti family. To do so, he did what?
Do we know that he has the Pazuzu tattoos?
He doesn't have any Pazuzu tattoos.
Oh, I thought he did.
He said he did at the end of last week's session, which is probably what's confusing.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes. No. He No. You're right. I do remember that now. He does have on his chest a scar that matches the symbol of Pazuzu. It's a scarification, so it's not a tattoo.
Yeah.
But yeah. I do remember that now.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
He did that by framing.
So keeping in mind,
Sorry.
that's evidence. But what we're looking for is, what are you accusing him of? Then we're going to look at the evidence as well. So, what are you accusing him of?
Right. Well, framing. It was I think some of it Sato is not there for, so he's not there. But player wise, we were talking framing of Titus.
Framing Titus.
And framing of Karn.
Framing Karn. Okay. Framing Titus of what?
Wasn't Titus framed for the initial Chopper stuff?
He was found guilty of it because you guys made that so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're
Did
saying...
Did he... Well, sorry. I mean, Sato
well,
wasn't
again,
there, so it's hard
you
for
guys
to
tell me what
determine.
you're telling. No, it's not. It's not about what actually happened, because you guys, a lot of it, you guys don't know what happened, but you guys need to spin the story as to what you think happened, so that they can, basically.
I guess the easiest way to do this is possibly just to flip it ever so slightly on what the actual truth was. So he was setting Titus up in the hope that Titus himself would actually kill Karn, even though it actually played out the other way around.
Okay, so he stole the axe and gave it to Titus, corrupting him. The evidence of this is his knowledge of Pazuzu Shrine and Pazuzu tattoo. Oh, Pazuzu marking on chest. Okay, cool. So he stole the axe, gave it to Titus, which set all that stuff in motion. What else are you accusing him of?
Really quick, wasn't also the... I don't know, that was... Oh, wait, yeah, the handkerchief, because we were talking about that before. The handkerchief that
Karn
was
Scarnetti's
found on...
handkerchief was found on Misha during her attack.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe conspiracy to frame Khan as well.
Okay. Khan's handkerchief. Now, here's the thing. You guys took the handkerchief, didn't you?
Yeah, I gave it to the sheriff.
You did. Okay, cool. Placed by Adamar to frame Karn. All right. What proof do you have of this? I'm gonna say
The embroidered
none here,
handkerchief
unless you
given
want to
to Khan
lie.
found on Misha's body.
No. What evidence do you have that Adamar was the one that placed it there?
That would be the motive, him wanting to try to become head Scarnetti.
So that is speculation and no actual evidence, but that's fine. We will continue on. Okay. What other things? Anything else to do with the conspiracy against Karn?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. All right. What else do you want to accuse? What else do you want to throw in? Do you want to throw in Reagan's murder?
Suspicion of.
What about the
Um,
wounded sailor guy? Which also matches the weapon.
Yeah. Reagan's murder could have been used as a method of implicating Father Xantus to help sow discord and confusion in the town to distract from other crimes being committed.
All right. Killed priest, attack sailor. Your evidence is wounds matching weapon. Okay. All right. Cool. We've got that. Anything else?
Can we also say suspicion of leaving adventuring group in a dangerous area? Is that a crime?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah. Because he was going to abandon them.
Okay.
Abandon.
So, what led you to believe that?
By the way, he just wanted to get to town without attempting to rescue any of his companions. That was before we started accusing him of being a member of Pazuzu. Well, sorry, not learning, being behind the Chopper murders.
He also told us that they were separated, that he made no attempt to get them back.
All right. And proof that you have this? Just-
Unfortunately,
No.
none.
Yep, that's okay.
Well,
That's
Our
why I
word.
said suspicion of.
Special
Suspicion of.
calculation.
Okay.
the closest we've got is the fact that we know that Churches is dead.
All right. All right. Any other things you want to accuse? Throw into the mix here. I think that's pretty extensive. Now,
Legally speaking, yeah, that's about it.
yeah, I mean, no, keeping in mind, you can lie about shit. I am not telling you can't, like, just make some random bogus shit up. I mean, you're already lying about Titus, you know what I mean? Like, you can be like, yeah, he had sacrificed, like, tons of other adventurers who had gone down there. Like, we found bags and people dead and stuff. He was riding the Sandpoint Devil at some point, Fucking, yeah, if you want to lie, you can. I'm not going to say you can't.
He was one of the dooms.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to make you roll a deception check against Titus because you already succeeded that one previously. Taking this into account, and just to clarify, I need about 10 more minutes, if that's okay for everyone, unless we need to...
I kind of have to head off, sorry.
No, that's okay. I'll tell you what. She will have a look at all of the evidence here. And I will tell you this. From the get-go, it does not look good. However, from what you've presented, pretty much everyone except for Sato and Blix seem to be in the clear. Sato having dealt the killing blow, and Blix being the only other person to have signs of injuring this individual the two of you are being scrutinized, mostly because the Kaijutsu family has a lot to gain from the death of the Skarnedi, being another powerful family yourself, and Blix, of course, being just a violent goblin looking for an opportunity, is a very powerful narrative. So these things are basically going to be your crux of things for next week. But when we return, we'll find out what happens. But now we have a extensive series of notes, which is awesome. I'm just going to make that public so everyone can see it. There we go. All right. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mike. I'm the Dead as a Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We will be back. And we will have more stuff for you next week. In the meantime, however, stay safe, stay wonderful. Be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, which is hopefully Sunday morning for me in Australia, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.